What's up? Good morning, guys. How we doing? We are 60 seconds out from the close of Big Bar 19. You're looking at, of course, a 5-minute Nasdaq futures chart. This is NQ. I will be copy trading NQ across also to MNQ, which are the, or I guess is the micro variation. And in 40 seconds, I might have something I have to do here. Right off the rip. So let's see what we get. How we doing, guys? New week. Price action looking reasonable. Let's see what we can do. 25 seconds out. Copy trader engaged. Let's see if 19. Gotta see that dip a little. Come on now, Bears. Play nice. Let's see what the Bears can do, man. Gotta see them dip it, dip it, dip it, dip it, dip it. 6 seconds. Come on, Bears. Gotta hold off. That's a big old wick. Man, any lower and I'd give it 15 seconds, but that's a big wick. So, we wait for 20. What's up, guys? How we doing? How was the weekend? How many of you tweaked out on the floor Saturday night? Don't you lie to me. I know some of you did. I haven't traded in 36 hours. What am I gonna do? All right, big 20. Big bar 20, what you got? Jonathan. Damn, Jonathan! You gotta give her a break from the futures talk every once in a while, dude. Yeah, bless them. It's all they ever hear. 20? Come on now, give us something we can work with. Damn, Christian's getting put on blast by the misses here. Oh, brother. All right, 3 minutes, 10 seconds out. Come on, 20. Rain first ever funded. Good work. Very good work. All right, halfway through 20 here. 20 cannot decide what to do. Let's see if the Bears can fade this baby low, low, low. Give us a reasonable bear close. If they can, beneath the wick low of 19. You know I'll have to get a stop limit sell ready. ATR here is 31. It's one of those days where price action here, it's pretty good. I don't mind this price action. But volatility, is not tremendously high. Which is totally fine. I'll take this over high volatility, zero price action. Obviously, best case scenario is, beautiful price action, a huge trend day and an ATR of 68. But we can wish. But this is very reasonable. So minute 26 out. Let's see what we get. Oh, bears? Okay, so context here is clearly, at a very minimum, soft bear channel turning into a more aggressive bear channel. Really, the context here is an attempt at a harder bear trend. That's since bar 11, of course. But with little reliefs like this, you just gotta be patient. Gets a little tougher to take range scalps, little reversion scalps, when you're not getting a really, really clear channel. Now, obviously, we have a bit of a channel here. Like this. You know what I mean? But it's tight. And when it's tight like this, it gets a little tougher to take these trades, though I still would, or maybe will. We'll see how this closes. But I gotta be able to make sense of the risk. Closed up here, that'd actually be very easy. I could just short it and risk the wick high of 18. Kind of a no-brainer. Alright, 4 minutes out. Let's see. All right, minute 6 out. Quickest path to a trade for me right now is if the Bulls can pop this, close this guy like here. Let's see if they can. 30 seconds. All right, so if the bears can take this lower, close it up, I guess I better. With the size of bar 20, if 20 was a doji, I'd be thinking about 21. 20 is a little bit big as far as the to the bull side, which leads me to know that there is risk of this, which means I'm going to wait for 22. Let's see if 22 can take it down through, close well beneath the wick low of 20, and if it can, then I've got a present for the bears. Stop limit sell. All right, 445. Let's see what we get. Oh yeah, look at that 15-minute chart. Take a look at the 2. Here's a 2-minute. Kind of a similar look, just obviously a little looser than the 5-minute. You've got obviously a bear channel going on here. That's tough on the 2. ATR is pretty good on the 2, 21. There's really no benefit of 5. All right, so let's see what the bears can do here on the 5. Let's just hope that the bulls don't try to turn this into a little single bar trading range. Nice bear body out of 22 is best case scenario for me. Let's see if we can get. All right, 2 minutes. See if the bears can take this baby down through the wick low of 20. That's what I need. That's what I need. There we go. Cheryl did really well on YM this morning using RAM. Good work. Yeah, it's not partial to any one instrument, of course. I think NQ is kind of most people's bread and butter these days. You know, even just 5-10 years ago, that was ES for most traders. Today it's kind of a mixed bag. I think NQ is more popular online, just because it's a little more volatile. But hey, YM, nothing wrong with that either, of course. All right, 27 seconds. Come on, Bears. Now again, what I do not want to see is this. That's called a single bar trading range. If the bulls just pop this up and any one bar is backfilling like 2/3 or more-ish of the trading range, that starts to get kind of ugly. Especially when it's flat. Yes, sir. Yep, very much so. If you got a fill on the close of 11 with the stop limit sell, one tick below the low of 11, if you got a fill on 12 within 25 to 30 seconds, yeah, 100% that's a setup. Big wick downside probably would have taken you out. But even on the pullback, you would have been fine. So yeah, 100% a setup on 11. Stealth! I took the close of 11. Put my take profit at 43 points instead of the ATR, which was 33 when it pulled back. I got scared and closed it early. Pulls back, and then it does this. Listen, guys, the thing that I see the most often that people think is like what real trading is they say, let's say you have $10,000 at risk. Just you put a number out there. And let's say your target is $10,000. Really, it's a point value, but let's just make the numbers easy. And you're $6,000 in the green. And then it pulls back. You had nothing to do as far as bar-by-bar management, and it stops you out. Those people will say, I would have took it at, $3,500. It's like, yeah, that's why you're losing. Come on, guys. By getting, I got scared, I took it early. The edge in trading is pretty damn big if you can secure it, right? But it's not like massively infinite. If you start doing shit because you're scared, what are you saying? You're basically expecting that every trade has to play out extraordinarily quickly. So you're saying that if you want to make money on this trade, 12 has to shoot down 50 points within one bar, probably like 2 minutes, because you're terrified. It did that once today, maybe. Probably not even that fast, bar 4. I mean, come on. How reasonable is that? That's not a reasonable ask to make out of the market. You're like, no, I know. I just did it out of emotion. It's like, well, stop. You're wasting your time. The edge is sizable, but it's not like infinitely large. You have to let it play out. Not every trade, most trades, in fact, are not going to work out instantly. Man, we love it. We love it when I put a stop limit sellout and it shoots down 60 points in 25 seconds. Isn't that great? Most trades don't do that. That's okay. That's the game. You got to let it play out. There's nothing to be afraid of. If you're following your plan and you're sized appropriately, which if you're scared, it's probably because you're trading too big. Yes, feel called out, please. If you're sized appropriately and you're doing what you know you should be according to the methodology that you're trading, there is nothing to be fearful of at all. Once you put the trade on, your job is basically done. Now you just accept the outcome and move on to the next one. All right, 24, let's see what you got. Q, every single time I enter a trade, market shoots back the other way, 100% of the time. I absolutely do not understand. That's a fallacy, Mr. Q. That is a complete fallacy. It may feel that way. Sometimes it does feel that way, but it's not true. The market doesn't care about you. It doesn't even know you exist. So if that happened 3 times in a row, you could say, oh, that's 100% of the time. Yeah, but a sample size of 3 is 0. Could you imagine if the casino industry dealt 3 hands of blackjack, lost 3 in a row, and then hung it up? They're like, oh, there's no money in this industry. How silly. How dumb would that be? Have you seen Vegas in the last 20 years? Ridiculous. Every new trader is like, I don't get it, man. Every trade goes against me. It's like the market's out to get me. The market doesn't give a shit about you. The market doesn't care, which is actually a good thing. If the market did care, it would care if you made a lot of money and used and abused it to pay your bills and leave, your kids some money and change your bloodline entirely and break poverty, or at least not having comfort financially. That's a good thing. But it would also take your last dollar and not even turn around and say thanks. It'll just take it, push you over, and keep going. That's a good thing. That's how you want it. You want the market completely indifferent, completely unaware of you. Because then it's on you. Stealth, Apex deal ends tomorrow. Tomorrow's the last day, so go stock up, baby. Code BIG, B-I-G. 60% off, $6 lifetime activation fees. $6. And single day pass. All right, bar 24. All right, 50 seconds out here. Let's see if 24 can give us something reasonable. right, let's get ready here. All right, 12 seconds out. I'm gonna get the copier engaged. Let's see if the bulls can give us a reasonable close. I'm gonna sell that rollover. And I will put initial risk. And manage bar by bar. Context here is bear channel trying to turn into a trading range. So I will bet against the reversal. I'm okay with doing that. That's totally cool. Just selling a small, kind of a doji, but a bull close in a soft bear channel is the trade there. Out of a casual little guy. There you go. HR 29, by the way. Well, I'd like to see the Bears take it quite a bit deeper now. Obviously, that would be a test of the low of the channel. Now, if I were going to scalp this tighter, this is pretty nuanced here, but if I was going to scalp this tighter, meaning risking like the wick high of 18, I'd take it off more like halfway through the channel at maybe half or 2/3 of an ATR. But since I wanted to give this more room, since this is really a channel bet against the reversal, meaning a big bull push, I'd like to get at least a full ATR, which is, you know, bouncing between 29 and 30. So let's see. Give the Bears some room. Let them see if they can do that. And single bar trading range, it's not really a super developed range yet. It's kind of a newer range, so that's reasonable to do. ATR now dipping to 27. Come on, Bears, take us there. Close. And no cigar yet. Let it sit. All right, ATR 29. I don't care if this wants to turn into a channel, but give us that little test first, Bears. Doesn't take much. All right, new bar here. There's the open of 27. Kind of a small little bear. I'm sorry, bull body. All right, Bears. Fade us just a little deeper. All right, there's the opening bar 28. There's Vetus real close. It is. ATR is 25 now. It is falling. Down from about 29 at entry, peaked at maybe 30 and a half while in the trade. This is ATR. Now back down to 25. Come on, Bears! Give us some volatility, dude. I think the institutions, I think they have a whole team. They say, did the Ram traders enter yet? Yeah, they just entered. Kill volatility. Those mother. ATR 26. Let's see what we get here. There it is. Come on, Bears. Just pull it deeper. All right, new bar. There's the open of 29. At least we're getting a little movement here, huh? I don't mind that. All right, ATR sitting at 25. Faded Bears! Boom, there's a full ATR. Can we get a fill? That's actually better than a full ATR. Give us a fill. Give us a fill. Oh, Phil, gotta pull it. Oh, Phil, gotta pull it. Still looking for my full ATR here. Jeez. Yeah, the reason I pull it is to stay exposed in case we get news. There we go. We're out there for a full ATR. Well, it's about time, baby. 5,100 bucks. Let's move on. All right, let's see what we get here on bar 29. Minute 20 out. $60 seconds. Trading range, trading range, trading range. Which was the bet on that last trade, and we got exactly that. So now we kind of got to chill out and wait for a good entry here on the next trade. Better update the trade count, huh? All right. Okay, look, any of you guys, I keep getting questions in the free Discord, in the YouTube chat. People keep asking about copy trading. I don't do that. I don't do that. You're probably, if you heard this from somebody who is labeling themselves as Nico Wrench or Wrench Capital, they're a fucking scumbag scammer. This has been going on for like 5 years. People pretend to be me and then talk to everybody. And are like, hey, I do crypto copy trading. I don't do either of those things. So be careful out there, a whole lot of scumbags. All right. 3 minutes. So the close here of Big Bar 30. ATR continuing to fall down to just under 25. All right. Minute 35 out here from the close of 30. This is a giant, basically single bar wedge. But I don't like to get too fancy with it. You guys know, keep it simple. Tight trading range. Don't overthink it. Just draw the average of what 100,000 traders and algos would draw. Minute 15 out here. Let's see if we can pick a direction and go. I don't mind if we break into, a trend would be tremendous. But a soft bull or bear channel would be just fine by me. Let's see what we can get. Anthony, yes, sir. Let me clarify. What these scammers do, yes, I copy trade with prop firms. What these what the scammers do is they tell you that you can copy my trades and make ridiculous, unheard of returns. And then you send them crypto and they just disappear. You'd think there's better ways to make money, but apparently not. All right, 31. You know what, Anthony? Now that you're weirdly demanding about it, homeboy, now I can let somebody else answer that question. Fuck, weirdo. Just kidding. It's a 20 EMA. Let's calm down. I'm not avoiding questions. 225 out. Let's see what Big Bar 31 can do. Yeah, damn straight, Giovanni. What's up, big dog? All right, so what's the range here? ATR is low. ATR is 26. Range on this bar is about 39, 40 points. I might be waiting for 32. If volatility was a little higher, I'd be able to take that first breakout bar if it closed clean. But with volatility this low, again, ATR 26. Yeah. I anticipate a higher probability of us breaking just right back into the trading range. So let's let 31 close up. Let's get rid of this while we can, and then I'm moving on to bar 32. $25 seconds out. All right, you see that bear insecurity? Bulls are trying to put in a wick. And they're not doing half bad of a job. I think the bears seem a little insecure to just break this out after we saw how long that little tight wedge slash trading range lasted. So now we watch Big Bar 32, see if we can take this thing lower. Yeah, Whisker, when the market's hot, especially when the market's hot, if I do like a back in 2 minutes break, which can either be 45 seconds or like 8 minutes, I'll often pull the chart up on a screen somewhere or my phone or something. Then I'll run back if I see something happening. It's a privilege. 240 out. Let's see what 32 brings us. Speaking my language. Let's do a little poll in the chat. For those of you guys who have obviously tried, which I expect is a lot of you guys. How many of you guys like beta al? Because you know it's down the middle. You either love it or you hate it. Do you like or love beta alanine, or do you fucking hate beta alanine? Beta alanine is the stuff they put in pre-workout that when you take it, or you can just take it on its own, it makes you like itchy, like pins and needles, like there's like ants crawling on you or something. Don't think of it that way, but I love that shit. I love it. My wife said she kind of hates it, but I got her on it. And now she's like, it's not so bad. I kind of like it. Since I remember the first time I ever took a pre-workout, I had no idea what this stuff was. And I'm like, what is this feeling? The caffeine was like, whatever. I was after that beta alanine. Yeah, the beta alanine plus the niacin. You don't even need caffeine at that point. All right, bar 33. Let's see what we get. $1,000 per account? Jesus. How many accounts are we running? Man. Good work. All right, 2 minutes out here. Big ol' single bar trading range, but volatility's bumping up a little. We're back up to 26 on the ATR. Let's see if we can get that. If we can get that ATR back above 30, that would be tremendous. See if we can do that. Joe, drop what the brand is, man. We'll let the chat decide. Capitalism at its finest, baby. All right, we're about a minute out here from the close of 33. Joe? No code yet, homeboy. I'm sorry, I can't put my name on something I've never tried. But what I do want to do is drop the brand name of your supplements, let someone in the chat try it out, and then they can report back and say if they liked it. I feel like that makes sense. I feel like that's fair. I trust the chat. Big bar 34, let's see what we get. Russ! Yes, sir. One trade so far today. We're up 5,100 bucks, and we're sitting on our hands waiting for number 2. All right, 412 out here. Come on, 35. All right, I'm pulling the trick out of the hat. Back in a couple minutes. Don't go anywhere. Watch this baby move 100 points. Ready? Go. What's up? Welcome back. All right, we're 310 out here from the close of 37. And this, to me, is a big old soft bear channel with the potential argument of a straight-up big trading range. Obviously, you have both potentials in most cases. So let's see how 37 closes up here. HR 24. 240 out. All right, minute 15. Right. 10 seconds out. Copy trader engaged. If we can get a bull pop, I'll sell with a limit on the rollover. That's way too much wick for me, so I wait for 38. See what bar 38 brings. 255 out. I'd like to get short again using a limit on the rollover here of 38 if we can see a reasonable bull close inside of the context, which is soft bear channel. Minute 20 out. ATR down to 23. Right. Well, 22 seconds. Copy trader engaged. See if the bulls can close this reasonably. I don't mind that at all. And that will be a limit order short. Or limit order ooh. Come on, bulls. Ugly! Holding off. All right, let's watch 39. Looking for the bulls to close it a little bit higher than that. I can't take that ugly bar. All right. 235 out. All right, Bulls, come on now. Make us a little higher, close up. I better get prepped just in case. Ten seconds. I need the Bulls to pop this, close quite a bit higher than this. Up near the wick high, nothing. Nothing. ATR down to... Can you believe it? Can you believe what that ATR says? Oh, man. 21 on the ATR, below 20. Well, I mean, realistically, below 25 or 30, our job starts getting a little tougher. Below 20, things start getting quite a bit tougher, and below 10, it's time to leave the office. At least during the New York session. Man, from bar 36 all the way until right now, bar 40. This is a prime example of one of those times that a lot of people, a lot of newer traders, myself early on included, you look at that and it feels safe, right? because you're scared of loss. That feels really safe. You're like, it's slow, it's safe, now's the time to trade. Yeah, but where's the edge? The market itself is confused, so why the hell would you not be? I'm looking at the closes, right? 36, 37, 38, 39. Most of my entries are going to be on bar rollovers, so the close of one bar into the open of a new bar. There's nothing from 36 through 39. Nothing at all. If you're a beginner and you're tempted to trade when it gets slow, now we might have some here on 40, but we got to keep an eye on it. And you're tempted to trade while it's slow because it feels safe, you got to step back and think about this. It feels safe because you're scared of losing, but aren't you here to win? Which means you have to have an edge. And throughout the entire day today, the hardest 4 bars to have an edge on, at least if you're entering on the closes, are 36, 37, 38, and 39. So, you know, what are you doing? And then you'll say, but Nico, I'm scared to trade when volatility's higher. Then trade smaller. There's nothing to be scared of. Trade smaller. All right, I'm going to let 40 close up, because this to me now looks like we're trying to form from bar 31 all the way here through 40. Bit of a sideways trading range rather than a soft bear channel, so context has now shifted a bit. Now we got to watch 41 to see if 41 can give us a good, reasonably strong bull close. Honestly, ideally above the wick high at 23 for me. Come on, bulls. Minute 50 out. Come on, Bulls. Pop on over here to the execution screen. I don't need it above the wick high of 23. Would be nice, but it would also be outsized compared to the ATR at that point. So, 15 seconds out. Copy trader engaged. Let's see. Ideally, a bit harder of a push here out of the bulls. That's a little bit small. I'll get a stop limit by ready. Nope, too small. 42. What's up, 42? There you go, Bulls. Right, let's see what bar 42 can bring here. 320 out. All right, now for me, I got to keep an eye on ATR. ATR is 25. The range on this bar so far is about 43, 44. If that starts doubling the size of the ATR, then I absolutely have to hold off because that's what is not the only classification, but that is a classification of an outsized bar. Everybody in the tomb already knows this. By the way, next live training in the tomb is tomorrow afternoon. And of course, Tomb Talks daily. Let's see what 42 brings. Any advice? Just passed my 50K eval. Trade small. 2 to 5 micros. 2 to 5 micros, depending on volatility. Be patient, stay disciplined, trade your methodology and nothing else. Don't drown the good trades with bad trades because you're bored. And just take it one trade at a time. Way to do it. All right, 60 seconds out. Don't get impatient and start just taking crazy trades because you want to get to that buffer. You got to trade 8 days anyway. All right, so that looks like a reasonable bar, but with ATR at a 24, 25-ish, the range on that last bar is double the ATR, which means that it's outsized, which means that I gotta chill out and not look to put it on. Yeah, so NVIDIA news, obviously. US to allow NVIDIA H200 chips be exported to China. It's gonna get things pushing a little bit, huh? Javaz, you can commit. It all gets archived. Everything gets archived. Forever. Every daily Tomb Talk is relevant forever. Archived. On demand 24/7. Every live training. The live trainings have been happening Tuesday afternoons every week, but they all get archived. Does not matter. 24/7 access. There are zero excuses as far as fitting in the time. If you have 15 to 20 minutes a day and then 1 hour once a week to dedicate to being a trader as far as getting better at it and finding an edge and then scaling, it's not just finding the edge, you have to scale it. You're not here to make $2,000 a month. The goal is to do a hell of a lot more than that. The pain is not worth $2,000 a month that you've been through, right? And if you're like, well, I don't have 15 minutes. You don't want to be a trader that bad, homeboy. Minute 25 out. Come on, 43. Yeah, you got to be careful with those outsized news bars. And again, you look at the range of that bar compared to the ATR at that time, it's double. That's an outsized bar, especially driven on news like NVIDIA news. You got to be careful. A lot of times you just get the bears taking it right back into the trading range, which is why I had to wait for 43, because this happens a lot. All right, guys, well, kind of slow PA today, but managed one trade, low on the trade count, and we're green, $5,100, so we'll see if things pick up this afternoon, I suppose, huh? But I'll tell you what, happy Midas Monday. I am off to lunch. Subscribe to the channel. See you guys tomorrow morning. Stay patient. Stay disciplined. If it's not there, don't drown out the good trades by taking bad stuff because you're bored. But if there's a bunch of good stuff 3-4 times in a row, man, discipline says you got to hit it. Discipline is not just staying out. It's also doing the thing you're supposed to when you're scared. As long as you're sized appropriately and you're following the methodology, there is nothing to be afraid of. Zero. Which is the secret here. Get fear down to basically nothing and you're going to do very well. All right, guys. I'm out. See you in the morning.